All right, y'all. I just wanted to get on here for a few minutes and do this post fight video. I want to do it live real quick. Didn't feel like doing a whole video on this one. And I said, I just said I'm gonna jump on here and do this one live and just give you my thoughts on this Lucie Pudilova versus Wu Yanan fight. All right. So yeah, man. First off, I got to say, shout out to Lucie Pudilova. She was representing for the women. She was representing for the women last night. The only WMMA fight we had, and they did bump it up to a main card. They bumped it up to the main card, so I thought that was good, but it was kind of iffy. I was like, are they going to go in there and put on a banger, or at least put on an effort to look like they trying to put on a scrap? And Pudilova, she did, and that's the one thing about her. I've said this in the past about Pudilova. She's a fighter that likes to put on, a show. She just needed to work on some things. And, shout out to Lucie Pudilova. I mean, she went in here and, of course, this wasn't like the biggest fight or like the biggest statement, but she definitely came back to show that she has added a few more wrinkles in her game. Last time out, when she did step up her game against like fighters like Irene Aldana, Antonina Shevchenko, she would come up short. But this time around, she came back, after a few fights in what was it, Octagon? Was it Octagon? What's going on, Marks? Yeah, it is Octagon. That's who she was fighting for, right? I'm just doing this off top. I'm not looking at anything. I think it was Octagon, right? That's what she was fighting for, on a good little streak. She put together like 4 or 5 wins there. Been working on her offense, been working on her ground game a little bit, and it showed. It showed. She came in here. Wu Yanan just seemed outgunned, even on the feet. Wu Yanan just didn't seem committed to her. She just didn't seem committed to her striking either. Like Wu Yanan was establishing a good leg kick, a good leg kick right behind the knee. And, she was ripping good shots with that, but like she was just not establishing the jab, trying to keep Pudilova back. Pudilova just kept marching forward, coming back with her own inside leg kicks. And in that first round, just took the fight to the ground. And right there, when I saw Wu Yanan on her back and just struggling whenever Pudilova wasn't even putting any offense on her yet, I was like, okay, it's about to be over. She went, I think Wu Yanan went for like an arm bar, like maybe once or twice, but there was no success, right? Pudilova was starting to put together that full mount in the first round and just really control Wu Yanan. And that was something I really was having trouble picking Wu Yanan in this fight because she just doesn't really have a ground game. You know what I mean? Like she just doesn't have a ground game. And if she couldn't beat some of the other fighters on this level, I said, well, what's a Lucie Pudilova going to do who's coming back with a better game plan this time around, with a little bit more experience, right? She took the time out, fought a few more fights on a lower level and got some confidence wins. So that was kind of how I was factoring in. So I said, Lucie Pudilova might go in here and smash her, and in the second round, Wu Yanan looked like she was trying to get her striking going again, but once again, she let Pudilova just take over. She let her close that distance. Pudilova looked stronger. You know what I mean? She just looked stronger in the clinch, in on the inside. As far as inside fighting, she looked stronger to me, and was able to just maneuver Wu Yanan in any position she wanted to, even on the feet. And that's how she got that head and arm toss and got her to the ground. And from there, I was like, okay, here we go. Lucie Pudilova was going for a ride, and sure enough, there it was. Transition from what she go from half guard, I think, like side control to a full mount, and just started raining elbows on her, and raining those elbows, boy. And in that position Wu Yanan was in, I was like, okay, it's over. It's over from here. She just did not look like somebody that wanted to keep going. And that's why I said in the past when I seen Wu Yanan fight, she just never has that kill switch, and she just doesn't turn it up sometimes. She'll just go in there, go through the motions. Even with Mayra Bueno Silva, some people might have felt she beat Mayra Bueno Silva, but I could see where she lost. Like the judges didn't like what they were seeing, so she came up short in that fight. So what is she, 13-6 now? So now, I mean, what are we looking at? We looking at her probably getting cut, right? Is she like on a 3-fight losing streak? Like I said, somebody look at the record. I'm not looking right now, but just on the move. Yeah, I think they might be cutting her, especially with the way the bantamweight division is going. You got newly signed Lucie Pudilova. You got Chelsea Chandler coming in here in a couple months. You got Haley Cohen. They just signed Haley Cohen, so they got to make room, right? Wu Yanan might be out of there, man. Y'all think about that. Wu Yanan might be out of there now because, yeah, Haley Cohen just got herself a contract last week. I need to talk about that fight too because Dana White's talking about the it factor now. I mean, I want to know what his it factor is, y'all. So we'll see. So yeah, that's all I got on this one as far as the fights. But let me read through these comments here real quick. Let's see. Hold on for Lucie Pudilova. Let's see who could she fight. Who we want to see Pudilova fight now? Jocelyn Nunes. We're gonna take it there. See her fight her or Jocelyn Edwards. Either one of those, right? BJ, what's going on? He said, let's go. Yeah, Octagon. Okay. Marcus Bell, what's up? He said, good win for Pudilova, but I would need to see more to be convinced Pudilova has evolved enough to be in the UFC. Right. Yeah, this was a win. This was a win that you would expect her to get. And that's how you break the door down again, just to see if she can at least beat this level of a fighter, right? Like you get this fighter out of the way, then you still got a few more questions to answer because even somebody like Jessica Rose Clark could be a problem for Pudilova if she's not on her game, right? Because even somebody like Myra Buena Silva might be some issues for her. So yeah, we still need to just see a little bit more from her. But yeah, she like I said, came in represented. Sink, what's going on? BJ said her octagon fights were harder than this one, to be honest. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, because I think she had to actually make adjustments in some of those fights. But this one, as soon as she put the clinch game and the takedowns, like, did you see the first round? Like how easy it was to take Lucie, how Lucie took Wu Yanan down so quick. Like she just dropped level so quick and just put her down so easy. And then that second takedown in the second round was just an easy head and arm toss. I was like, wow, like what is Wu Yanan? What are they working on? Like, did they not expect this? Like, I was expecting that. I said, Wu is gonna have to use takedown defense and her jab. She's gonna have to use her jab in this fight, and she wasn't pumping it out. That's why Pudilova had no trouble clinching up and just taking this fight to the ground. And that first takedown was just like watching Carla Esparza take down Yan Zhanan or something. Yeah, St. Leon, man, we're gonna have to talk about that stuff tomorrow, man. Yeah, Jocelyn Nunes and Pudilova, that'd be crazy, man. Marcus, I can see PFL signing Wu Yanan for a lightweight in order for Kayla to fight. Just to stay, she's the best WMMA fighter. I mean, for real, man, like the best fighter. Come on now. Yeah, Ernest said bye, Wu Yanan. That goodbye phone call about to come. It is, man. They just signed some new bantamweights, so it's going to be time to go. They're going to get rid of some of these fighters. Same with flyweight. A lot of these girls on flyweight going to have to go, man, because they making room. Like I said, Chelsea Chandler, Pudilova, Haley Cohen just coming in. I think Teresa Blade is probably going to be a flyweight. She fights next. Yeah, she fights on the next episode. Yeah, so Beleda might be a flyweight. So yeah, they're not probably not gonna put her at 135. But yeah, Wu Yanan's on a losing streak now. How many she lost in a row, y'all? Anybody look at that? BJ said Pudilova have a game plan to stay patient. Yeah, I like her stance too. She was keeping her chin tucked. Staying ready to throw strikes, but at the same time, she was quick to drop a level and take the fight to the ground. But yeah, from here, we know it's only going to get harder. So we'll see who she can face from here because there's a lot of big bantamweights out there. There's going to be some big bantamweights for her to see if she can. We're going to have to see if she can really wrestle with these girls and take them down to the ground. Yeah, that's 4 in a row. Okay, 3. Okay, that's 4. It's about 3 or 4. I know I haven't seen her in the winning circle in a minute, so I know it's got to be a lot. I'm just saying, like, it's got to be a high number. Because she's 13-6 now, so yeah, and I haven't seen her with her hands raised in victory in the UFC very much. I've seen her win some fights out of the UFC, but I have not seen her raise her hand in the UFC in a minute. Who did she beat in the UFC? I can't even remember that. Ooh, I can't even remember. But yeah, Josiane Nunes. I don't know, man. Like, if you want to see Pudilova last a little longer, BJ or Marcus, Josiane might be a dangerous test for her. That might be a bad fight for her. We might have to go with somebody like Stephanie Edgar. Put Stephanie Edgar in there. I could see Pudilova winning that fight. If she really wants a test on the lower level, Jessica Rose Clark, that'd be a good test. Now, if Jessie just loses that fight, then she would have to get cut. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah, Wu Yanan is about 4 losses. Okay. Well, but yeah, man, Usman, boy. Usman, whew. I didn't even make a pick in this fight either. I was rooting for Leon Edwards because, Leon been putting in the work. He was on a nice little win streak, a lot of hard work. And that's what I'm saying, man. It just comes down to that's just the story told, man. Like, you can't deny commitment and hard work like that. You just can't deny it. Especially if one guy is taking the other guy lightly. Like, I don't know if Usman was taking him very, very lightly, but I don't know. It just didn't seem like he was as up on it like he was in some of his previous fights to me. We just said Josiane ain't a man that don't get the Nunes names confused. Shoot, she ain't, but man, she got that power now. She got that power and that long reach. Shoot, you ain't got to be a man to beat Lucie Pudilova. Look, I like Pudilova, but hey, you ain't got to be a man to Nunes to beat Pudilova now. So she got to be ready for that type of power and that type of reach. And I don't know if she'll be easy to take down like that. So I'll tell you what, though, somebody in that fight is getting finished too. Whoever's fighting in, if they make Nunes Pudilova, Robot Chicken, what's going on? He said Lucie fought smart. She hopes she goes on a run. Yeah, I like to see fighters come back. When they've been on such a downside. Sometimes they get cut, but they go back and do the right thing. Like, I don't know if Liana Jojua or Sabina Mazo are going to do the same thing, but I would like to see them do that. Go back to another organization and put together a good string of wins. Angela Hill did it. She won her belt in Invicta FC. But let's see if let's see if somebody like Jojua can do that, or Mazel. Let's see if they do that, because I think that Pudilova did the right thing when she signed up with Octagon and just kept working. She just kept working. Marcus said, "How much confidence will you have in Pudilova to beat Nunes, knowing that she has lost to Toledo Bernardo?" Somebody's getting finished in that fight. That's all I want. That's all I'm gonna say. I gotta go back and look at some of. I'm gonna go back and look at some of Josiane Nunes's fights, because I want to see how easy it is for her to be taken down. Because if you can't take her down, well, matter of fact, like Ramona Pascuala couldn't really take her down, could she? I know that was featherweight, but didn't Ramona struggle with taking her down? Did Ramona ever try to take Josiane Nunes down? I'm trying to remember, like, how was her takedown defense in that fight? Robot Chicken said Lucie can beat Josiane if she goes for takedowns. Nunes got terrible takedown defense. Okay, there we go. He said that Nunes got terrible takedown defense. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and look at some of her fights again. I got to see how she looks off her back. I thought, BJ, you were about to do a live last night, man, for your girl Pudilova. What happened, man? I thought BJ was about to go live and do a round by round. Yeah, you missed out on that because she came in and put on a statement, man. But yeah, Wu Yanan, hey, LFA is calling. Invicta FC is calling. Not a bad place to go, especially with what she needs to work on. Because Wu Yanan can strike, but yeah, she might have some good fundamentals in striking, but like she just doesn't go after it, man. Like you say, she doesn't turn that kill switch on in her fights, man. So yeah. Marcus said 4 losses is rough, but Sam got lucky. Ephraim said Lucie's win method on Tapology almost sounds illegal. Elbows from back mount. Why they put it up there like that? Elbows from back mount. I know, like they made they made it sound like she was elbowing her in the back of the head, right? They could have just said unanswered elbows, but they broke it down for you, man. Elbows from back mount. Now they're gonna have the commission going back watching it to say, oh, wait a minute, now was she elbowing her in the back of the head? We're gonna have to disqualify her. Oh man. T, what's up, man? Robot Chicken said Wu needs the right camp to make her adjustments during fights. Yeah, she's gonna need the right camp. She's gonna need she's gonna need Uriah Faber. Let's be real. She's gonna need somebody like Uriah Faber to get in there and help her put together some wrestling. Go ahead and get some more of these fighters like her, Yan Xiaonan. Some of these Asian fighters that don't have much of a wrestling and grappling game that's put together. Because like she said, Yan Xiaonan was honest. She said she learned grappling and wrestling, but they were always two separate things. But when she worked with Faber, he helped her get the understanding of putting all of that together, and that's how she learned how to get takedowns, right? So it's a country thing, you know what I mean? Like, if you look at different regions of the world, if you look around, in Asia, you might see more striker heavy fighters. If you go to Brazil, you're gonna see more fighters with their jiu-jitsu. Some of these fighters don't even have the best boxing fundamentals. If you want to see like good stand-up fighters, you look at like the Black American fighters here, right? Like, as far as stance, as far as lateral movement, defense. But yeah, when you go all over the world, like Eastern Europe, you might see their stance be a little bit different. So it's no shame in the game for having to admit that, say, oh, we didn't work on that, we just got to put it together. Lafayette, what's up? Because that's what mixed martial arts is, right? You mixing all the martial arts together so you can be a better fighter. I mean, that's how Valentina does it, right? You think Valentina just learns everything from her one country where she's at? No, all of that comes from teachings and taking everything in from around the world. That's how you be a better fighter, right? You just can't come in and be one dimensional. Stamina, what's going on? What's up? What did you think, man? What did you think, Stamina? Oh man, Leon Edwards put that leg kick, head kick on Usman. Put Usman to sleep with his eyes open. It was crazy. Lafayette said I didn't get to see the Pudilova fight. Yeah, it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Like I said, she represented for the only WMMA fight, gave everybody a finish. And that's how you come back into the UFC, back for the first time, right? Back for the first time. But yeah, I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. We're going to do a live tomorrow. Because now it's back. 1,000, 1K is back. They took it away last week, couple of subscribers, but it's back now. 1K is back. So let me see. Should I do tomorrow's Monday, and we do the 1K live stream tomorrow. We'll see. If I ain't busy, we'll do a live tomorrow to celebrate hitting 1K finally, right? But yeah, shout out to everybody that does subscribe and help me get there. And I'm gonna do this little T-shirt thing giveaway now. Robot Chicken said, I think Usman is done. Wow, he think Usman is done. Yo, we'll see. I give him a rubber match. If they want to do it again, I give him one more chance. I mean, them eyes, man. Them eyes don't lie, but I don't know if he's done. We'll see. But yeah, shout out to the chat, y'all. Just wanted to do a live post fight on this one, and we'll get back on tomorrow, guys. Make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't. Keep on growing, and hit that like button. That like button on your way out. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.